Good morning, year 8. Well, it's morning here where I am now. My name is Carl Stevens from Careers Wales, and I am the careers advisor based in Llanishen High School. I'm in on a Monday to Friday, 8 till 3, based in S37, which I think is in the science block. There are directions on the wall as to where I'm sitting or where I'm based. If you have any questions, there's two ways of doing it. Either directly come to me, face to face, text, or phone call, or an email, or you can ask your teachers to pass on any questions that you may have. My details will be put up at the end of the presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the presentation. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to play it from the beginning. So you're going to see a little few things that I'm going to be doing. So I apologize just to make sure I get everything sorted. So there you go. That's John from Careers Wales. I don't think you guys, or all of you guys, will have seen me before. Okay, so this year, you'll get to choose your GCSE options. How will you decide? We are going to think about how you make decisions, ways to get information, what will help you make a good decision, and what you want to avoid. So I think the ball has started to roll in terms of your GCSE options already, but I'm hoping that what I'm going to show you today and speak about will help to complement your ideas and thoughts that you may already have. Okay, so there's more information. You'll have to make a better decision. Now, on the left of screen now, I want to scroll on a certain bit of information, which is to do with the holiday game. I don't know if you guys have heard of the holiday game, which I usually do with year 8 or year 9 pupils, because some pupils in different schools choose their options at year 9, but I'm not able to do the holiday game. And this is an old presentation, so ignore the left-hand side of the screen for now. As you're looking at it, I want you to concentrate on the right-hand side of the screen, which is my sources of information for choosing GCSEs / year 8 options on what they could be. So you should have the year 8 options booklet. Okay. And in that year 8 options booklet should be information regards to subjects that you may want to choose, because you will have subjects that you can choose as an option, obviously, and the ones that are compulsory. So it's going to be a bit of a mix and match. The internet, there are websites you can access. And I mean, I know there's places like BBC Bite-Size, Khan Academy. I'm not too sure if there's talk about GCSE options. And then there's the more official websites like the WJEC and Joseph Roundtree Foundation, which are all to do with education. Okay. And there may be more internet websites you can look at that you may know of already via school. Then you've got careerswales.com, the company I work for, Careers Wales, and I'll show you that website as we go along in the presentation. Then hopefully you've been taking advantage of the school website. There's older students, which are older siblings, okay? Family and friends, which are your parents and brothers and sisters. And then you've got subject teachers, which I think the relationship is quite important at this point in time, that you speak to subject tutors, because obviously you'll be doing assessments and exams within class because of COVID-19. And so your subject teachers will have a strong idea of how you're doing and what subjects you'll excel in potentially. Okay, careers advisor, who is me, and then your form tutor stroke head of year. Okay, so these teachers are important for you to liaise with as well as your subject tutors. Okay, so bad reason for choosing a subject and good reasons for choosing a subject. Now, some of these may be obvious, okay, but we'll go through the lists anyway. So your friends are doing it. So a bad reason for choosing a subject, your friends are doing it, which I think is quite explanatory. You think you should do it even if you don't want to. Your parents think it's a good idea, but you don't. This is where you need to have strong conversations with your parents, and you need to be very honest and transparent in terms of your thoughts and your ideas as to why you want to choose a particular subject or subjects. Okay, so if you've got a career in mind, you'll hopefully know what subjects you need to pick to complement each other in terms of the career idea. Now, don't forget your career ideas will possibly change for some of you, not all of you maybe, but for some of you. So keep your mind open when choosing your subjects. Okay, choose a good range of subjects. Uh, someone who's done it and they say it's great. What's great for somebody might not be great for you. So be aware of that, which you may be aware of already, but sometimes the very simple things we sometimes tend to overlook. It's thought of as a cool subject by most people. You can't think of anything else to choose. Now, this is where you need to keep your options open in terms of speaking to people and doing your research, which we'll come to in a moment, okay? Which will make this a bit more obvious in terms of what to do. You think it will be easy. It sounds good, even though you haven't found out about it. And this is where your research is important. I did a presentation with some year 10 young people, and it was around about labour market information. You don't really need to know what that is, but it's briefly around jobs that are there now and that jobs will be in the future. And then a lot of the year 10 students that I did the presentation with, I asked them, do any of them regret the subjects that they'd chosen in year 8? And more than half the room put their hands up and regretted what they'd chosen because they didn't think enough about the subjects that they had chosen to do. When I asked them, would they like to go back and choose different ones, and they said yes. So this is crucial because you don't want to be looking back and regretting what you've chosen. I understand, as I said earlier on, I alluded to in the presentation, is that sometimes your choices may change, your ideas may change. However, it's good to choose a good range of subjects that are open. So this is where your research and your speaking is going to be very important. It's going to be crucial. But as I said, as we go into the presentation, I'll show you how to go about finding out more information. You really like the teacher you have now. You got to remember that you might not have the teachers that you have now, or it's say in year 9 or year 10 might not be the same teacher that you have again in year 11. So you got to be very careful what your options are and not base it on because there's a teacher that you really like. It's advantageous if you know they're going to be teaching you for the next 3 or 4 years, but if not, choose the subject that's right for you. That's not necessarily the teacher. You think it will impress people now or later on. Okay, so good reasons for choosing a subject. You like it or find it interesting. You are good at it. You need it or it's useful for your future career. You can develop new skills by doing it. You think you will do well in it. Because this is all around about positive attitude and motivation, isn't it, really? So when you like something and something will give you satisfaction as well, you're positive, aren't you? You'll get up and you'll do the work. You'll do what you need to do to get where you need to get to. So it's important that you think about this. It's not always the case, it's not always possible, but where possible, choose your GCSE choices based on these particular things, what motivates you, what satisfies you, what gets you going. Okay, your teachers think it's a suitable choice for you. So their input there is important. It will combine well with other subjects and help your education. This is important because if you're picking subjects, you need to combine them. Because don't forget, you'll pick one subject that you like, but the career that you choose will usually require you to have 3 or 4 GCSEs, and so it's good to combine them and complement them where possible. You like the method of assessment teaching, sorry. So this is about weightings. What I mean by weightings is that now it's changed a little bit because of COVID-19. So a lot of subjects that you choose, they will have what's called predominantly exam-based or practical-based elements. And so what it means is that sometimes a subject could be 60% exam, 40% practical, or the other way around. So you know what you're predominantly strong in terms of practical or exam based. Now, because of COVID-19, I'm assuming that you'll do a lot of more assessments and you will be doing this exam or controlled type conditions within the lessons rather than having an exam at the end of the summer. But if the weightings do have a role in things, think about possibly GCSE options that are offering a diploma. So I know that health and social care is a diploma, which has recently changed, I think. So it's worth having a chat with teachers about that because I think it changed last year. And diploma in engineering, and I'm sure there's like a BTEC. So they're all BTEC, sorry. And then you have a BTEC which is diploma, and you have a BTEC in sports. So those are kind of things that I'm talking about when it's more practical, vocationally minded. So it's a subject you would like to become good at. Okay, so those are the bad reasons and the good reasons. Hopefully you may have taken some notes while I've been speaking. So getting information that might help you decide. So what we've talked about, there's two arms to this. So there's written information, stroke research. So we've alluded to some of these already. You got your course information from school, which is your 8 options booklet. Obviously, then you've got careerswells.com, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with. Careerswells.com. So you've got decisions making checklist. You've got careerswells.com subject information and careerswells.com job information. So I'll go over these bits here, these last 3, in more detail. And then you've got ask other people. So students in year 10 or 11, which are siblings or friends, your subject tutors, your form tutors, me, the careers advisor, parents and family members, and friends. So hopefully you'll have a good idea of written information and verbal information, okay? And so I will come back to this page in a moment, and I'm going to go over to what's called careerswells.com. So on here, what I'd like you to do is when you're at home, or if you have the ability when you do go back into school, is to jump onto a computer, go into Google, in the browser here, punch in careerswells.com, and you'll come up with a list. And I want you to click on Careerswells, okay? And then you come to the home page. All right, so this is the home page. All right. Now, all of this stuff at some point or another, I will either touch upon in another presentation, or when I speak to you face to face, or send through information to you via email. But for now, I want to concentrate on plan your career. Now, you can get to the year 8 and 9 options here, information. But what I'm going to do is click on this tab here, because it allows me to get onto the 2 areas I want to get onto, which is year 8 and 9 subject options and subject options and jobs, okay? So this page is predominantly the one that you will go to read information, okay? All right? But when you go into here, this is the one I want you to look at first, which will be when I get to it. Here. Year 8 and 9 subject options. As I said, some schools choose their options in year 9. And then the key points here is the subjects you choose and grades you get may affect sixth form, college, subject, course and qualifications to go into university, apprenticeships or jobs, okay? Then this is, let's see what you already know. So this is something for you, like a true or false. So it gets to know what you know and what you don't know. And then here, how do I make a decision about which subjects to study, what subjects are compulsory, what are optional subjects, okay? And then you got a couple of videos, my subject options and how do I choose my subjects. Now, these are for you to look at in your own time. I won't put them in the presentation, okay? And then here's the written formats of those videos. So if you want to complement your learning, watch these and then read as well. It'll reinforce your learning, all right? And then you've got all options here. And here you've got subject posters, which is basically, I can explain it. You'll have a career idea, like a subject, an industry that you're interested in. And then what it is on those posters there, it'll give you a breakdown, a quick breakdown of the kind of careers you can do, the subjects you can do, where you can go on to do, because there's things that you might not be aware of. And so these things may be helpful. They're a short, sharp snapshot. So you haven't got to do copious amounts of reading. It's to hopefully pique your interest to do more research. That's the whole point of them, all right? And then here, which I've got to pass on these to Mr. Wilson. So this is a planning ahead booklet for parents, how to support you with the decisions about your education, employment and training. So this is around how your parents can support you, especially with the options and decisions when you're leaving school. And then this is for you choosing subjects in year 8 and 9, okay? So this is what you would read for yourself and this is what you pass on to your parents, okay? And then at some point, I will be speaking to you about job matching quiz. That's something for a later presentation, okay? So you've got a lot there to read at your own leisure. Now, I don't know when your options are going to be chosen officially, but I suppose you're going through the initial stages right at this moment in time. So what I will do is, just to round off this presentation, is to show a quick video, okay?
Up until now, the choices about what you study have been made for you. But now, it's time for you to take control and choose the subject you want. So what will help you to make the right decision? Getting up-to-date information, getting impartial and reliable advice, and talking it through with your family and friends are all important things to do. It's also important to avoid making decisions based on what your friends have chosen. If it's not the right choice for you, you will have less chance of success. Whether you like or dislike the teacher of the subject, don't forget, you may end up getting a different teacher in the years to come. Or, if you think the subject will be easy, no subject is going to be easy. Ask yourself the following questions. What subjects do I enjoy? Nearly everyone gets better results when they choose subjects that they already enjoy or are good at. If you have a specific career in mind, or are thinking about training, apprenticeships, further education, or university, are there specific subjects you could choose that would help you in your plans? And if you have no idea what you want to do, it's okay. Try not to panic. Keeping your options open and choosing a wide range will give you a good base of subjects that will help you with whatever you decide to do in the future. You see, the world of work is constantly changing, and it's important to find out what kind of jobs are popular now and what will be more in demand in the future. A big area of growth are careers in technology, so it's expected that there will be an increased demand for people who have an interest in STEM-related subjects. But don't worry, there's always an ongoing need for those who have creative, artistic, and practical skills too. The job matching quiz on the Careers World website can help to give you some ideas about which career may suit you. It can be found on our website, here. Your careers advisor can help you think about all these things, to plan for your future, to identify your strengths, think about the opportunities available to you, and to make decisions about your next steps. But don't forget, whatever's in your future, it's your choice what you do with it. If you want to talk to somebody about your options, you can see a careers advisor in school. Or you can contact us on 0800 028 4844. You can get information and use the web chat at careerswales.gov.wales. And you can follow us on social media too.
So hopefully you found that summing up video useful. And all that's left for me to do is to give you some contact information. So this is reiterating where to go and have a look, the website, okay, which we've just gone through. So a website to help you plan for your future, careerswales.com. And it's alluded to what I've spoken to about and what was summed up in the video just, okay. So I won't read that out verbatim. I'll say you'll have a quick look at it. Okay, and I'll move on then. We'll forget that, and that's my contact details. Okay, so I'm the school's career advisor, Carl Stevens. That's my mobile number. That's the landline that you would get me in the office on, but I'm not in the office at the moment. And that's my email address. And there's the web chat address. So you won't necessarily talk to me, but you'll talk to somebody on the end of a phone, and I will direct you towards me anyway. Okay, so I'll leave that up for a couple of seconds. If you want to note down any information, or if teacher will allow you to take your phones out and do a quick photo, then do so by all means if your tutor allows. Okay, and I think that comes to the end of the presentation. So I hope you found it informative, and that, as I said, I'll reiterate, any queries, any questions, please either get your teacher to contact me or contact me directly yourselves, okay? I'll be more than happy to help. All that's left for me to say is good luck, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon, and take care.